Alright everyone, today we've got a crazy and powerful Captain America build. If you haven't dipped your toes in already, there's tons of variety and options when it comes to build crafting with the various heroes. If you're not using this build to level up, you're insane. And with Captain America being arguably the most iconic Avenger, you'll want to stick around till the end of the video to find out all the ins and outs of this truly endgame beating build. So if you want to kick some ass in style using America's ass, you're in the right place. Shield bash that sub button, take down your cursor to the like rating, and let's wall run right into it. I've heard a lot and seen a lot about Captain America not being quite as powerful as some would like. And to that point, you'd be right, especially if you only looked at the standard melee and range skills. He's essentially just average America instead of the Captain. But the thing is, I don't think Captain was designed around just being a basic hero with a strong but steady moveset like the others. If you've watched any of the recent MCU movies, you'll know that Captain America is all about beating up waves and waves of enemies with the iconic quote,
"I can do this all day."
And this is exactly what this build is all about. We are turning Captain America into the super strong superhero with a versatile moveset capable of single-handedly taking on the toughest opponents in the game. This one is all based around his ultimate heroic ability, the Brooklyn Brawler. For this build specifically, you'll need to have leveled him up to hero level 15, as we will be diving into the mastery and specialty skill trees. If you are struggling to level up effectively, you can check my power level guide out linked below, but essentially just do drop zones, they are the quickest by a long shot. Now the Brooklyn Brawler is everything you'd expect Captain America's base combat style to be. It's fast, fluid and highly effective at causing some great DPS. On a base level, you get a strong initial burst of DPS with a powerful shield slam, as well as then an increase to damage and defensive strengths utilising a new light combo attack, which allows you to perform quick mini shield throws iconic to the Captain America style we all know and love. That's great, but we can make this ultimate heroic the only moveset you'll ever need to use. And to do that, you'll first up want to acquire the CQC specialist trait in the specialty skill tree. This specialisation will allow you to perform takedowns on wounded enemies whilst Brooklyn Brawler is active. You'll then want to pair this one with the Adrenaline Rush specialisation, where takedowns extend the duration of Brooklyn Brawler by 3 seconds. Now you can see where we are going with this one, as essentially the increased damage output from the ultimate will mean that you'll be able to repeatedly do takedowns, and by performing takedowns you'll also be extending the duration of the ultimate too. Effectively, you can have a never-ending Brooklyn Brawler with just this base setup. The bonus of performing takedowns too is that you are essentially immune from all incoming damage whilst performing one, and the fact that you can spam from one enemy to the next whilst doing this makes it even more overpowered. However, there's more. Ultimately, no matter where you are in the game, no matter how good this setup might be, you'll run out of enemies to kill, either because you've done it or your team chipped in a little bit. So to counteract that and the cooldown of having to wait for your ultimate to recharge, there is a way that you can do this whilst your initial Brooklyn Brawler is active, and this is all thanks to the heroic takedown mastery trait in the combat mastery skill tree. This trait will spawn an heroic orb when you perform a takedown. Yes, literally every single takedown during your Brooklyn Brawler will effectively spawn an heroic orb that refills your ultimate meter. And due to the extended time you can use your ultimate with this build, you can get your ultimate back and be fully recharged before you even run out of your ultimate. Honestly, this is just a super strong build, and I haven't even unlocked all the full potential in terms of the other branches of the skill tree that you can use to complement it. I have tested this in lots of game modes and even on the highest difficulty setting of Challenger 4, and it worked a treat. The beauty at even higher difficulty levels is that you can and will perform multiple takedowns on the same enemy before you even finally defeat them, which will mean that you can spawn 3, 4 or even 5 orbs on just one enemy. It's just nuts. There's 2 further skills though that I would recommend to spec into as soon as possible once you've unlocked the above traits. You'll want the Steamroller specialisation Vanguard Charge, which will generate an heroic orb for every 2 enemies defeated with the Steamroller Shield Throw, of which you can upgrade to target 8 enemies with the Trick Shot trait, and you can get an additional charge of the Steamroller with the Secret Weapon trait too. This one definitely helps with any downtime from maybe mistiming the end of a wave of enemies, and will help to boost the cooldown time of the Brooklyn Brawler. Additionally, you'll want to consider using the Rally Cry specialisation, Call to Arms, as triggering Rally Cry will grant a defensive buff that reduces the damage by 25% for all nearby strike team members. I found this one to be very useful when I was testing this one, especially at the higher difficulty levels, and especially for any heroes that might be underleveled, as it just helps to keep them alive whilst you're rolling from takedown to takedown. This build is so good I don't even need to unlock or use any of my primary skill tree options. Brooklyn Brawler for me is exactly how Captain America should feel in regular combat, and by using this build you too can take the shackles off and become AIM's pain in the America's ass. That's it for this build though. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments section if there's anything I've missed, or if you've got any gear that you think would work nicely with it. I can see this one getting a revisit once we get the full endgame picture with a fully unlocked skill tree and know more about the exotic tier gear. But for now, I hope that this one helps you, especially in terms of leveling Captain America up to that max power level. Finally, if you are new here and enjoyed this build, this is what I do. I take deep dives into what's available in the game and look at how I can try make your gameplay more exciting using everything that is available. I've got plenty more planned, so please subscribe to stay up to date with that. Also, a rating down below is always super appreciated. There's also a link to my Discord channel down below with links for finding other players to team up with in game. That's it for now though, so on that, and as always, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.